Yo, 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 it's D.Arthur in the building. I'm talking to you guys today about masturbation is the death of manhood, semen retention. When you masturbate, you are killing your manhood because if semen, if semen is your lifeline as testosterone, masculinity, if this is your lifeline, if this is what makes you more manly, when you masturbate, you are emasculating yourself. This is the bottom line. You have to think of yourself. You're not that attractive to physically attract someone else, and so you have to use your hand to do it. Think of how crazy this concept is, and think about how normalized they say that, oh, it's okay to do it, once in a while, blah blah blah. You have to realize this. You have to realize what people feed you. You have to realize, you have to take into account every single thing someone says to you, because you never really know what the agenda is. You never know what the agenda is. You have to take everything into context. You have to filter everything. You have to filter everything into context. You have to filter everything into context. You have to filter it and see, if does this benefit you? Does this benefit you? You have to look out for yourself. This world can definitely do yourself a disservice if you're always allowing everything into your life. If you fall for nothing, if you stand for nothing, you fall for everything. Masturbation will kill your manhood. In terms of what men typically go through in life, since men are not born with any intrinsic value, as I've heard it, I'm quoting this because this is what I've heard. They're not born with any. Apparently, a man isn't born with any value, as I've heard. But that's beside the point. So typically, a man has to go through kind of the journeymen of life. They have to go through things and establish themselves as valuable as they grow up. You become more. As a man, you're supposed to becoming more valuable to people, to other people, to the marketplace in general, as you develop and you grow older. So when you do this, if you do this properly, you're becoming a man who has value. We have usually, when it comes down, it's just knowledge of experience. You're more wise. You might be specialized in a specific skill. You might be physically gifted. You might be mentally gifted. You might have value, spiritually wise, knowledge and expertise. Some sort of area of expertise that you're good at. And so you're supposed to deliver this value to the marketplace, to maybe a spouse, deliver it to other people who need it. This is how you become valuable in the eyes of the world. So, taking all of this into account, when you decide to emasculate yourself and let someone run over you, emasculate yourself, for an example, like partaking into lust, having the person you're with not respect you, PMO, all of these things, you're cutting out a sense of your value. You're cutting out a sense of your value. And if you do this, then the value that you thought you had, people aren't going to feel that value. You're not doing your duty as a man, and things just aren't going to where they need to be. So the bottom line is, go on retention. Don't do PMO. Establish yourself as a man. Establish yourself in some sort of expertise, and exert your expertise. Distribute your expertise in other ways, and you will be compensated accordingly. You will be looked at as someone who has value. So the reason why PMO cuts out your manhood is because now you just don't feel you don't feel like yourself. You might not feel like yourself. You have to realize a lot of the reasons, a lot of the problems people have in life are due to, in today's day and age, a lot of the problems people in general have has to do with sex, having ejaculating with the wrong person, because that there could never be something worse than maybe having a child with with the wrong person, because that child would be a constant reminder of the decisions that you've made in the past. And these things are, there are people who I've talked to, and I just asked about their children. They haven't even responded, maybe because they may not they may not they realize that it's a maybe it might be a bigger responsibility than previously thought. So they're not so, maybe they're not so okay with it after having them or something like that, because I mean it's a very big decision. So so the best thing, you fall into a lower vibration once you keep ejaculating. If you didn't realize this, the more you ejaculate, the lower vibration you get. The more negative you might be, paranoid, weaker, submissive, beta. All of these are low vibrations. You're supposed to be a strong male. So relapse accordingly. Take into a lot of account. This is why when someone suggests you to be with someone, you really have to you have to look at them up and down, sideways, every way. Investigate every single thing about them, because if you want to have a brilliant life, then you cannot keep wasting time with the wrong people, interacting with the wrong people. You could use it for as experience. You could use it for as experience. But I mean, if you consistently make these mistakes and you're not learning from these mistakes, it's only gonna be your fault. So when you retain your seminal fluid, the excess seminal fluid rises up in your body, reabsorbing into your entire body, and now there's more brain activity, and you have more brain activity. You're known as just smarter. People will talk to you. They just realize that you might be smarter. You just have a bit more things to say, a bit more interesting things to say. Your mind works a little bit, it works a bit differently. You're just very inquisitive. You just very, like, you just want to know more information. You ask questions. You want to figure things out. Your brain is working. It was a Simpsons episode where Homer was on semen retention, and he was on semen retention, and he changed everything. Like, he was first like a sloppy dude, and then eventually he started becoming someone who, he wore glasses. He woke up early for work. He was just becoming super, like a 2.0 version of Homer Simpson. And this is how you have to look at it. So I mean, it's more important than you think it is. It really just depends what type of life you want to live. If you want to live a super interesting, intriguing, attractive lifestyle, then being on semen retention and transmuting it to your goals would be in your best interest. But if you want to be mediocre, if you want to let outside things dictate your life, if you don't want to take control, if you want someone to control your life, if you want a woman to control your life, if you want all these things, if you want to be controlled instead of being the controller, then be irresponsible with your sexual energy. And this is the bottom line. What else more can I say? So sooner or later, I'm going to be bringing together like a community of like-minded individuals, guys who want more from life, who want to be more, have more value to offer, keep themselves accountable. There's going to be a community, organized community of like-minded individuals, and it's going to be there can be a mastermind. There can just be some things where, because men right now don't have a brotherhood usually. So if there's something where we all can just, like, talk and speak about certain specific issues, be on the same playing field, then this can help pay dividends in your life. With that being said, like, comment, subscribe. We will see you in the next video.